Hi, welcome to session 5 of my Core Strength Reboot series, taking you through your core recovery after pregnancy so you can get the strongest core of your life. Today, we are going to be performing the exercises in a supine position, which means lying on our back. Our exercises we are going over today are the pelvic floor activations slow, the pelvic floor activations fast, the 360 breathing exhale and hold that we went over last time, and then introducing the bridge and how to connect to your core and your pelvic floor during a bridge exercise. So these first 3 exercises are the same exercises that we've done before. We are doing them on our back, so it's providing a little bit of a different feedback than it was when we were sitting upright. And so you'll notice that it might feel a little bit different connecting to these muscles. We want to practice connecting to these muscles in different positions. So you're going to go ahead and sit back on your back, lowering to the ground. Today we're going to have our hands on our lower abdomen to increase that connection to the core. And we're going to start with our pelvic floor activation slow. So once again, the 360 breathing, inhale in, lengthen and relax our pelvic floor. Then exhale, draw the core in and draw the pelvic floor up and in. And for 5 more reps. Perfect. Moving on to 8 reps of the pelvic floor activations fast. So breathing as comfortable, lifting as lowering as fast as possible. We're going to lift and lower, relax. Up, lift, lower, relax. Up and lift, lengthen and 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 relax. Now, once again, if you find yourself feeling like you need more time to perform that up and lift and lengthen and relax, then I'm providing you with those pelvic floor activations fast. Feel free to take it on your own pace to perform that quick motion of lifting and lowering, because more importantly than doing it as fast as possible is making sure that we're getting the full range of motion. So if you're able to lift up all the way to here, but when you're trying to do it fast, you're only lifting up halfway and then lowering halfway, that is not optimal. We want to make sure we're doing the full range of motion. So go ahead always to pause the video and perform them at your own pace so that you can make sure to get the whole range of motion that you need. Now moving on to 360 breathing, exhale and hold. Once again, hands on our core, rotate those hips underneath so we have a nice flat back. We're going to inhale. So we're doing the inhale, exhale all the way out, mini inhale, exhale all the way out, mini inhale, exhale all the way out, mini inhale, exhale all the way out, and then one big inhale. Doing that 3 times starting now. Inhale. Last one. So you're going to stay laying on your back. I'm just coming up to explain. So our next exercise is going to be the bridge pose, which you may be familiar with, lifting our glutes up and off the ground and then lowering back down. However, how we're going to include our core in this movement is that we are going to inhale and relax and lengthen our pelvic floor when we are in a relaxed position of the bridge. And then when we lift our glutes and hips up off the ground, that is when we are going to exhale, draw our core in, and draw in and up our pelvic floor. Doing that as we come up at the top of the bridge, as well as when we're lowering down. Once we get down to the bottom again, we are going to inhale, reset, then exhale, pull everything in as we lift and lower in the movement. I just wanted to go over that because a lot of times in our workouts, a lot of times we are inhaling and exhaling during both portions of the movement. So like, for example, during a bicep curl, you're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. And we're doing it a little bit different in order to optimize our core recovery here, where, for example, with the bridge, you're going to inhale, and then exhale and up and tighten during the whole motion. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale up and tighten. So that's how the breathing and the pelvic floor activations coordinate with the exercise. So we're going to come back onto your back. So a basic bridge, you're going to have your heels in front of you. And then a good guide to go by to make sure that your feet are in the proper position is just to make sure that you can tap your heels with your fingertips. And if you can't and you have to strain to do it, go ahead and bring them in a little bit further. You want them firmly planted on the floor. We are going to be pushing through our whole foot. So our big toe, pinky toe, and our heel is all going to be pushing into the ground as we rotate our hips under and up into that bridge. So this is our bridge positioning here, pushing through that whole foot as we lift and rotate our hips up and then back down. So now adding the breath with it, which we're going to be doing 10 reps of this exercise. You're going to inhale, exhale, tighten the core, draw the pelvic floor up and in as we lift, and also as we lower, keep it drawn in and exhale. Back to neutral, inhale, lift, exhale, tighten pelvic floor, bring it all in. Inhale. That was 6. We have 4 more Just a reminder, making sure you are exhaling through the whole motion up and down and drawing up in your pelvic floor during the whole motion up and down. Last 4, here we go. Well done today. I know that it was a little bit different and slightly more difficult doing it lying on our back, especially adding in that breathing and the pelvic floor activation while we are performing an exercise at the same time. So be sure to practice this on your own. Like I said, ideally 2 times daily for about 2 to 3 days until you feel that you've mastered the technique, and we'll see you on session 6. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on my channel, this video is part of my Core Strength Reboot series that walks you through core recovery after pregnancy and birth. In this series, I am sharing multiple techniques that will allow you to connect to your core, optimize core functioning, and have a strong foundational core to support you in your daily movements as a mother. These core exercises will also focus on the pelvic floor in order to prevent incontinence, pelvic floor dysfunction, and pelvic organ prolapse. So if you haven't already, I'm linking a video here so that you can watch my video explaining this series and how it works so that you can progress your foundational movements to your more advanced core exercises so you can get the strongest core of your life after birth. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new releases of this series.